Can we be honest for a minute? Somewhere along the way, we find ourselves comparing our real life behind the scenes with someone else's highlight reel. How exactly did we get here? Open Instagram for 5 minutes and someone your age is getting engaged or married. Open TikTok and someone your age just bought a house or even a car. Open your Snapchat and someone your age is on their way to Dubai or even Bali for a luxury holiday. And then you start to ask yourself, what exactly is wrong with my life? Why am I not having all these things that people my age are having? Then you go ahead to open Facebook and someone there just got promoted. Open LinkedIn, that seems to be the worst of them all. Everybody seems to be becoming CEO, founder of a business, keynote speaker, and Forbes 30 under 30. And there you are. Initially, you're smiling and you're happy for them. You're like, oh, wow, I really wish I could be in these people's shoes. But the next minute, you find yourself doubting yourself and starting to ask yourself questions. You start to wonder, am I behind? Is there something wrong with me? Am I failing in life? What exactly am I doing wrong? Why does everyone else's life seem to be moving ahead except mine? These and many other questions are part of the things that start to run through your mind when you start to dwell on other people's achievements and compare yourself with each and every other person. Today, I want to expose something which I believe is one of the biggest lies social media ever told us. Because the truth is, not all that glitters is gold. Not everything that is posted is actually real. Some people are just living fake life. Some people are just joining the bandwagon so that they will not look like they're the only one who is left behind. So please use your tongue to count your teeth. Hello, my amazing people. Welcome back to the Literal Podcast. I'm your amazing host, The Phenomenal Oge, and today we'll be talking about something interesting, which I like to call the illusion of success. The biggest lie social media ever told us. Let's dive right into the video. Back in the days, there was a time when success used to be something that people quietly achieved. But today, success has become something that people now perform. So many people now seek validation of people on social media in order for them to count themselves as successful. People now think that if you didn't post it, then it didn't happen. If you're not posting on social media things that the world terms or sees as success, it is assumed that nothing is happening in your life, or you're not moving forward, or you're not making progress. Meanwhile, the real success is behind the scenes and not in front of the camera. People don't just eat anymore. They have to show people where they ate, what they ate, how they ate it. People no longer just travel peacefully and tour the world anymore. They have to post pictures to prove to the world that, oh yes, I've been to this place, I've been to that place. You need pictures, you need videos to show the world that, okay, yes, I am traveling the world. Who exactly are we trying to impress? Who exactly are we trying to pressure? And don't get me wrong, people post for different reasons. People have different motives behind their posting their success. Some people post to motivate others, while some people post to rub it in on others and prove to their haters or whatever it is that they are making progress. The most important question you need to ask yourself now is, why are you posting that thing that you're posting? If your reason for posting that thing is not something good, then please abort mission and resist the urge to post that content today. Because you don't have anything to prove to anybody, really. Because the truth is, nobody really cares. I'll tell you that for free. These days, we don't just buy a car and then, drive it peacefully and get on with it. We have to do a review video to show the world that, oh yes, I've got this luxury car, or I've got that car. You have to put balloons, put ribbons, make videos, and post for the gram. Now, people don't get engaged in peace anymore. You have to do a very elaborate, beautiful engagement. And all that is beautiful, all the glitz and glamour. If it works for you, please, by all means, my darling, do you. If you like all that, there's nothing wrong with liking it. But what the problem is the fact that some people now feel pressure to have to do that and create content out of it in order to show the world that, okay, this has happened in my life. This is a milestone for me. In time past, people used to have private proposals and all that. But now, you will see some people are so funny that if they are being proposed to in private, they will tell their significant other to please, redo the proposal when they can now act for the gram. When they can come in, it has to be all glitz and glamour. There has to be, the whole paparazzi, the whole camera. the whole, you know, beautiful decor and all that. If you can afford it, by all means, please, it's fine. It's lovely, it's beautiful. I like it as well. But where the problem is now is the fact that some people know that their significant other cannot exactly afford these things comfortably, but yet they tend to pressure them into doing it because their other friend, you know, got that kind of luxury proposal. Their man could afford it, but yours can't. So why are you pressuring the young guy into having to do something that he cannot, you know, afford? And then the proposal is no longer real because this guy has proposed to you in the way he could afford before. But no, you had to tell him, oh, we need to redo it, so that there can be cameraman in attendance, there can be, you know, people in attendance where you can make videos and, you know, pretend to be surprised and cry and do all the cute things. Come on. How did we get here? And like I said before, I'd like to put this disclaimer out there. Nothing and absolutely nothing is wrong with celebrating your milestones. The problem begins when the milestone celebration becomes performance. That's where the problem is. If it's all joy and it's all pure celebration, it's fine. But where it becomes a problem is when it becomes performance for the gram and for people who no send you. These days, some people are no longer living to, you know, genuinely enjoy life. People are now living to convince strangers that life is enjoyable. Do you get the difference between the two? If you're genuinely enjoying your life, sometimes you won't even have time to, you know, record every single thing that is happening because you're genuinely enjoying and living in the moment. But some people cannot do a single thing. Like, they cannot even sneeze, they cannot breathe, they cannot, you know, enter a restaurant, they cannot go anywhere without having to shoot a proper cinematic, you know, video for it in order to prove to people on social media that their life is actually enjoyable. They need to prove to people that, oh yes, I'm having fun, I'm living the life, you know. When your celebration now becomes performance, you're no longer actually enjoying your life. You're just performing for strangers who don't really care about you. And unfortunately, the downside with this thing is the fact that some other people become pressured, and then comparison becomes the order of the day. And you know that comparison is the thief of your joy, right? And here is something that most people forget when comparing themselves. They start to compare their chapter 3 with another person's chapter 22, forgetting that you're just starting. You cannot be 20 years old and be comparing your life or your level of luxury or your level of achievement with somebody who is 45 years old, who has worked like 20 years of his life to get to where he got to. But you are just starting off life, and then you're, you know, pressuring yourself over somebody else's life. I'm like, don't kill yourself. Oh, it's not necessary. The truth is that you have no idea what those people did or how hard they had to work to get to that point that they are today. You don't know how many failures they had to, you know, push through before the success finally came. You have no idea. You don't know the loans. You don't know the sacrifices. You don't know the family support. You don't know the amount of effort, the tears, and, you know, pushing hard, the hard work that they had to put in order to get to where they are today. You only see the success in beautiful pictures and videos that they've posted online. So don't envy anybody's success if you don't know how much work they put in to get there. And a lot of times, this person that is envying somebody else's success is not even ready to put in half the work that that person has put in to get to where they are, but they want to just magically wake up and, you know, be that person or start to live that person's reality. Life doesn't work like that. Life is in stages and men are in sizes. Just imagine watching, you know, the final 5 minutes of a movie and then concluding with that, oh yes, you know the whole movie, or you know what happened in every scene of the movie. That's exactly how social media works. So people put out a perfectly curated 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 1 minute video, and then you jump into conclusion that, oh, you're not doing anything good in your life, or your life is not working out simply because of somebody's 3 minutes, 5 minutes video. Come on, we can do better than that. So now let's talk about the Nigerian or the African pressure. If you're Nigerian or you're from any other African country, you probably understand this even more than anybody else, because the Westerners, for some reason, don't have this level of pressure. They don't put this amount of pressure on themselves. They just live their life, enjoy the moment, and focus on their own growth. But when it comes to people in Africa or Africans now, the story is, you know, kind of different. There's just this unspoken competition in Africa. There's this competition of, you know, who went abroad first, who got married first, who had kids first, who bought a house first, who bought a car first. all those kind of things. Oh, who had a big business first, who became a millionaire first, who became a billionaire first. All that pressure, there's just that unspoken competition amongst Africans, which is very unhealthy if you ask me. Even family gatherings sometimes start to feel like interviews, because you hear things like, oh, my dear, so when are you getting married? Oh, so when are we coming to eat rice? Auntie, when you cook it, ma? Yes. Oh, when are you getting married? Oh, when God decides, when God sends the right man my way. Perfect answer. Oh, when are you getting married? Oh, when I find the right woman. Chikena. Don't allow anybody to pressure you. You see association of womb watchers watching other people's wombs and not minding their business. You see a couple who have just gotten married or who have been married for a year, 2 years, 3 years, as the case may be. And the next thing you're asking them at family gatherings, oh, and then when are you having children now? Has it happened? Are you pregnant? When are the children coming? And all that. So when are you having children? Madam, she is not God that gives children. Neither is her husband God that gives children. Can you start with minding your business? I don't know how people came about watching other people's wombs. You're checking another person's time for them. Oh, you've been married for 1 year. Oh, you've been married for 6 months. When are you getting pregnant? What part of that is your business? Can we just try to, prioritize minding our business? Like drink water and mind your business. What's your business when somebody else chooses to have kids, or when someone else chooses to get married, or when someone chooses to buy a car or buy a house or buy landed property? They will do it when it's their time. This unspoken pressure and competition has pushed so many young people into doing things that they wouldn't have done naturally or ordinarily on their own. If not for pressure from family, friends, loved ones, and society, some people wouldn't have ended up picking the terrible partner that they picked. Some people just picked whoever was ready or whoever came by simply because of pressure. They're like, oh, all my friends are married, oh, all my mates are married, I've become a laughing stock. Everybody's asking, Madam, when are we coming for your own wedding? Oh, Madam, when is this happening? Oga, how far? When are you getting married? And because of that, they jump into marriage even when they're not ready for it. And unfortunately, sometimes it doesn't end right for some people. Some people are lucky it works out for them. So please, can we make an intentional act to stop pressurizing people, whether young people, old people, middle-aged people? Don't pressure anybody. Everybody's timeline is different. Everybody's running their own personal race. So please give people grace. Allow them to do things in their own time. Allow people to reach their milestones when they will, and when God has decided that it is their time. Don't force people to jump the gun because you're pressurizing them. Some people have gone into illicit activities or illicit jobs or illicit businesses or gone into illicit ways to make money simply because they are trying to impress or prove to the society or prove to their family and loved ones that they too can make it like their mates. So please, don't pressure anybody. Mind your business. Breathe. Focus on your own life. I'm very sure there's something in your own life that needs to be worked on. Everybody is a work in progress. No matter how much you've achieved, there's always something more that you can be. There's always something more that you can do. So please, let's all prioritize focusing on our own lives and leave people alone. Stop pressurizing anybody. It's not your business. So now let's talk about the Japa illusion. Back home, many people think that once you move overseas, it automatically solves all your problems. They assume that, oh, okay, there's a tree that, people go to pluck money from. Igbo people will say is osisi na miego. People will think that there's a tree at the back of your house that you're going to pluck money from once you move abroad. Or people think they are sharing money on the street once you move abroad. They automatically assume that, once I can just japa, once I can just travel abroad, my life will change, everything will be soft, everything will be good, everything will be nice. Yeah, it's everybody's dream, it's everybody's hope. That's what people hope for. But the reality is the fact that it doesn't always end like that. Yeah, somebody had to say it. That's the truth. It doesn't always work that way. People back home automatically imagine that you have endless money, you have, all the designer outfits, luxury cars, luxury houses, and, a lot of money and affluence simply because you moved abroad. No, it doesn't work like that. There are still so many people struggling abroad, and that's the truth. The truth is that many people abroad are suffering quietly, like they're suffering and smiling. They cannot even tell anybody because, their loved ones and people, their friends and all that back home have different expectations from them. So many people now pressure themselves and put themselves on high jump just trying to, meet up with the expectations of people back home. Some people are working 24-hour shifts. They're going from one 12-hour shift to another 12-hour shift just to meet up with black tax. Some people are battling loneliness. Some people are battling health issues due to stress and, overworking and all that. Some people are living in expensive areas, expensive houses, and struggling to foot the bill and the rent of that house simply because they are trying to meet up with standard. Some people live in a place just for prestige, just for status, just so that when they ask, what part of the UK do you live in? I live in London. There are so many people who live in London today, not by choice, but because they cannot imagine telling their loved ones that they live anywhere else. So because of that, they are struggling with paying expensive rent just so that they can answer, I live in London. I live in Birmingham. I live in, any big city you can think of. Some people have put themselves under that kind of pressure just to match up. The truth is that some people haven't even taken a proper holiday in years because they are constantly working, because they have so many bills to pay. They have black tax, they have bills here, so much expectations that they know that the only way they can meet up is to work around the clock. There are people who work 6 days a week. Some people work 7 days a week just to meet up with black tax. Some people are sending a lot of money home in order to prove to their loved ones that they are doing well. Meanwhile, they themselves are struggling to get through to the end of the month because their money has finished even before the month goes halfway. But this same person is sending millions back home just for people to say, yes, this person has made it, this person is progressing, this person is successful. My dear, come on, cut yourself some slack. The truth is that online, everybody looks successful. Everybody looks like they made it in life on social media because nobody is posting the process. Nobody is posting their journey. People are only posting their destination. When they get to the destination, or when they get to what seems like the destination, they take pictures and post, take videos, post, so that people will assume that this person has made it, their life is going smoothly, their life is going perfectly. But no, the truth is nobody is posting their failures on social media. So if you think about it like that, you stop pressurizing yourself, honestly. So now let's talk about relationships, because love, of course, looks perfect online. Yeah, that's another thing. Some couples look perfect online. They look like, they're so sweet. They look like, everything is working out fine. They look like it's all glitz and glamour. It's all love on a daily basis. You see them matching outfits. You see them going on vacations. You see them take nice videos, pictures, beautiful captions to write about each other. But the reality is the fact that not all that glitters is gold. Not all you see on social media is real. Some people only come together or only talk for those few minutes that they're shooting that video to post on the gram. Meanwhile, at home, in reality, they are like at each other's throats, and that's the truth. But of course, this doesn't apply to everybody. Like I always say, it is not everybody that it happens to. There are some people who are genuinely happy both online and offline. But some people are only happy online because they're trying to prove a point to people. That's why sometimes you see a supposedly cute and happy and beautiful couple on the gram. Few years down the line, you just hear, these people have divorced. And you're like, how can my favorite couple divorce? And some people even base their own life on that. Some people are like, if these people can divorce, then who am I? If these people can divorce, then there's no hope for me. What do you mean? Do you know what is happening behind the scenes in those people's houses? You have no idea. So please, when you are busy tapping and power tapping everywhere, I tap into this person's relationship, I tap into this person's blessing, I tap into a love like this, be careful what you tap into. Because some people are only great on the gram. If you come to their house or you meet them offline, you'll be shocked. So please, pray for God to give you your own beautiful thing, what you classify as beautiful for you. What you would love to have, ask God to give you that, rather than tapping or saying, I want a relationship like this person's own. Because you're not in the relationship with them. You don't know what is happening behind the scenes. You only see few-minute videos on social media. So please, let's all be guided. Another thing I like you to know is the fact that the truth is that social media has made many people look poor in the eyes of other people, because they are, using some other person's success as the yardstick for measurement of who is rich and who is poor. The truth is that looking rich and actually being wealthy are two different things. Yes, looking rich and actually being wealthy are two completely different things. Some people own everything, while some other people owe everything. Yes, so there's a difference between the both. Some people actually own the things that they post in their luxury lifestyle. Meanwhile, some people are owing to post all those things that they are showing you on social media. Those cars, some people just rented them to post for you to see that, oh yes, this person has gotten a new car. Meanwhile, they don't own it. Some people paid for a short term in a house or even in a content studio to make videos, and you think that, oh, this person has bought a new house. Some people just came to use opportunities to view the house, and then they'll make videos, oh, my new house, oh, I just bought this house. And then you're there busy pressurizing yourself because this person looks rich online. Meanwhile, they're not actually wealthy. They're not actually rich. They don't own those things. They actually owe. Some people are borrowing money online to just post for you on social media, to post that, oh yes, they're spraying money at parties. Meanwhile, they borrowed the money to spray. Some people actually pay to rent surprise packages to surprise themselves, just to prove to others that, oh, their significant other is rich and is spoiling them. So please, let's know what we are doing. Be guided. A word is enough for the wise. The truth is that some luxury lifestyles are financed with debts. Some luxury clothes that you see on people are rented. Some luxury hairs, luxury wigs, some people rented it. Some people go to luxury stores, try on clothes, take pictures, and then return the clothes back and claim, or give an excuse as to why they will not buy it. People do it. The truth is that some expensive cars are leased. Some people just borrow those cars to post for the grams. Some vacations were paid for with credit card. Some people cannot afford those vacations. They have to borrow money to go on those vacations. So don't allow anybody to pressure you. And before you people hit mirror, well, there's nothing completely wrong with posting these things or borrowing money to go on vacation or whatever. If you feel is what works for you, that's fine. If you have the ability and the capability to pay this money back, it's absolutely okay. Where I have a problem is when you start to post it to prove to people that you have made it in life, when you know that you have not made anything. The truth is that real wealth isn't always loud. Sometimes it's very quiet. If you check the richest men around the world, a lot of times they don't go around flaunting very expensive or luxury things that they actually own, or luxury vacations that they actually go on. Sometimes they are too busy enjoying and living their lives and actually living the moment to be there busy posting and recording everything to post and pressure you people on social media. They don't even have the time. Sometimes real wealth is quiet. It doesn't shout. It's not loud, because those things are normal to them, so they don't see a reason why they have to, post it or do all that to impress you. I think one of the pastors I listened to, I was listening to his message one day, and he says the reason why you're busy taking pictures of your food and ambience in a restaurant is because you know that that's a once in a lifetime opportunity. You might never get to eat that food again, but at least you relive it in the pictures. And if you think about it, sometimes it's true. The reason why people who are actually wealthy don't bother to post is because it's a normal thing for them. It's a lifestyle. Like, it's something they do on a regular. They don't need to take pictures and frame it so that, just in case I never get this chance again. So the truth is, the people who are really wealthy, they don't even have time to post to impress you. They're just living the life. That's it. So now, what exactly is the mental health cost of all this comparison? Because the truth is that comparison is the thief of your joy. That's number one mental health cost. Before you know it, you slip into depression. You'll be sad, you lose your joy because you're there comparing your life with that of every other person. Another mental health cost of comparison is the fact that it makes you overlook your own progress. Yes, you no longer appreciate or celebrate your own milestones. You no longer see anything that you've done as good enough because you're comparing yourself with another person. You might have bought a Toyota Camry, for example, but you don't think it's a big deal, it's worth posting, because after all, people who are posting are only posting Benz, Range Rover, Lamborghini, and the likes. So you feel like, what am I posting 2007 Toyota Corolla for? My dear, it is your own milestone. Be happy with it. Celebrate yourself. You have tried. Some people wish they could even afford to buy a bicycle, but they can't. But you could afford to buy a car. So please, be proud of your car. Don't go hiding it, or don't go, beating yourself up or feeling like, oh, there's nothing special about what you've done. My dear, whatever you've done is a big enough deal. It's a big deal for you. If it's your milestone, celebrate yourself. Don't beat yourself up. It doesn't have to be as big as another person's milestone for it to be worth celebrating. Another thing that comparison does to you is that it convinces you that every other person is ahead of you. Meanwhile, that is not necessarily the truth. Comparison makes you feel like you're the only one left behind and every other person has gone ahead. And that's not the truth. Some of these people that you're envying, you're actually better than them because you actually own everything that you have. Meanwhile, some of these people borrowed or rented some of these things just to pressure you. You don't even know. So please, no pressure. And the truth is that the people that you're comparing yourself to are also comparing themselves to another person, because it's an endless cycle. Once you start with comparison, they finish. The person you're comparing yourself with is comparing themselves with another person that they are aiming to be like. So it's an endless cycle. So the only way you can find genuine joy and happiness is contentment. Be content with what you have. Celebrate your little wins. Appreciate yourself. Be grateful. Be grateful for how far you've come. Be grateful to God for how far He has taken you. Because that's your current situation. That's your current condition. That's your current level is somebody else's prayer point. Somebody wishes they could at least just be like you. But there you are being ungrateful. How do you want God to feel about it? So please be grateful today, because gratitude and thanksgiving is the application for more. Think about it and clock it. So now let's talk about the biblical or the faith aspect of it, because trust me to put that in. I am unapologetically Christian, so of course I will give you the biblical point of view of different situations. So as Christians, we are called to be content without being complacent. So contentment doesn't mean that you should stop dreaming or you should stop aiming high. No, that's not what contentment is. It simply means that you are at peace with whatever level you have gotten to. You are happy with how far you have come, despite the fact that you're aiming to be better. It simply means that your peace is not controlled by somebody else's success. Because the truth is that God doesn't write identical stories. No two people's stories are the same. Some people bloom at 22, some other people bloom at 42, some other people don't even bloom until they are 60. Some people are late bloomers, and it's absolutely fine. The fact that somebody else made their first million at 20 doesn't mean that if you make your own first million at 50, there's something wrong with you. No, it just means that is your time. God doesn't write identical stories. Everybody is unique in their own way, and you need to come to terms with it and appreciate that. Appreciate your own individuality. The truth is that whether you bloomed early or you bloomed mid-age, or you're a late bloomer who bloomed in their old age or whatever, neither of you is late. According to God's timing, His timing is always the best. God's timing is always the best for you. So the time that you achieved whatever milestone is the best time for you to have achieved it. The danger now comes when we, abandon our own assignments because we are chasing somebody else's. That's not what God has called us to do. Everybody has their own path. So please walk your own path. Forget what other people are doing. Forget what another person's assignment or another person's, role is. Focus on your own. So here's a little challenge. I want you to ask yourself this question and answer it in all honesty. If social media were to crash today, would you still be chasing that life that you're chasing on social media? I'd like you to be honest with yourself. Yes or no? Would you still be chasing the exact life you're chasing because of what you've seen on social media if social media were to crash today? If your answer is no, then that's your cue to retrace your steps and do better and find genuine happiness for yourself. Success isn't a one-size-fits-all. So you need to define success for yourself. What you class as success might be different from what another person classes as success. Success to one person might be being able to feed their family, being able to eat 3 square meals. That might be somebody's own success. And success to another person might be being able to buy a plot of land even if it's in their village. Success to another person might be, being able to buy a yacht. Success to another person might be being able to buy a Range Rover. Meanwhile, another person's success is, let me just even buy Camry. Another person's success might be, let me even buy Range Rover. Another person's own might be, let me even buy a bike. Let me be able to own a bike. Another person's own success is, let me be able to rent a house that is comfortable for me and my family. Meanwhile, another person's own success is, let me be able to buy a luxury house. So you need to define success on your own terms and not on another person's own terms, because success is not a one-size-fits-all. Don't let the internet define success for you. Define success on your own terms, not based on what somebody posted, not based on what the society thinks success should look like, but define your own success based on what makes you as a person genuinely happy. So here's what I want you to remember. The next time you scroll through social media, remind yourself that this is somebody's carefully selected moments that they chose to post. This is not their entire life. So celebrate people, be happy for people, be genuinely happy for people, but don't pressure yourself, or don't try to copy what you see, or don't try to aim to be like somebody else, because you're unique in your own way. Be inspired by people, but don't compare yourself with anyone. It's okay to aim high, it's okay to want to do better, but make sure that the reason you want to do that is not because you want to match up with somebody else, but because getting to that level will genuinely make you happy as a person. The greatest success isn't convincing the internet that you're happy, but actually living the moment and being happy when your phone is switched off, or when the lights, camera, action go out. That is the real success. Thank you so much for listening today on the Literal Podcast. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If this episode blessed you or encouraged you or became a wake-up call for you to do better, please do well to share it with your friends, family, loved ones, or anyone who you think needs to hear this. And before you leave, I'd love to hear from you. Drop your comments in the comment section and let me know, what is one lie that social media has made you believe? Drop your comments in the comments and I'll be sure to respond. Do well to like this video, share, like I said before, drop your comments in the comment section, and subscribe if you're not already subscribed to this channel. And also, if you're subscribed and you haven't turned on your notification, please do well to hit the notification button so that you'll be notified every time we post a new video. Until I come your way next time, I remain your amazing host, Ogechi Nze, aka The Phenomenal Oge. Thank you, and as you know, I'm always rooting for you. Bye.